Hello, everybody. Welcome to this presentation. I'm sure you all will enjoy this. Thank you for taking the time and by being part of this. This is going to be an exciting presentation. I'll try to make it as quick as possible so that you can ask me questions and I can share wherever I can. And to begin with, I wanted to thank you all again. I was fired a few times in my 29 years long career. Once I was fired at 5:50 a.m. by Xerox in Portland, Oregon. It was a cold winter day. All these experiences have taught me how to create a career, resilience, and thrive. Because human beings, we are all about progress. There is no point in just being alive. We need to thrive. I mentor entrepreneurs, professionals, students, and young global citizens to face challenges and shine. And this is part of my many series which I've just started. This is the second one of it. The first one, you can see it in our website. And every month, we'll be coming out with various presentations like this that will change your life. And I hope it changes your life. I'll be the happiest person for that. This presentation covers my life insights on why upskilling is not enough to protect your career. Ask your questions in the chat room. I will try to answer each one of them. There are 6 sections to this presentation. The first one is, what is upskilling? People don't know what is upskilling. Problems professionals are facing today world over, especially in America, because America is the most innovative nation in the world. But why is that people are facing so many problems? We're going to talk about it. Career growth. Everyone wants to grow. Everyone wants to shine. And that's the way life should be, because life gives us in abundance. Making yourself indispensable, not obsolete. How is that possible? Top 10 desired skills in the next 10 years, starting from now. The last one is how to overcome all these challenges. How do you plot your life and your career ahead of everybody else, and how to be a leader? What is upskilling? You think upskilling means learning a skill that is in high demand so that you have job security. Nothing in this life is secure. We all know that. It may sound deep to you, but that's the truth. Most of the time, people are stuck up with their existing knowledge. When I say existing knowledge, we all learn starting from our parents. We go to the school, we learn that, and then we learn on the job, and we get stuck with that. Any acquired knowledge creates bias because we think that we know it all. And that's the way mind works. All our minds are mad monkey as much as it's a masterpiece. And it doesn't allow us to upskill. When one is biased, we all stop growing. Continuous learning is the key to be relevant. So what is upskilling? In one sentence, to be relevant is the only way to grow, because relevance is what is needed today. And that's what you should be able to provide. That's the greatest value human beings can provide, because we have the ability to change and transform faster. It doesn't matter whether you live in a small town or a futuristic city like New York. You must understand one of the basic principles of life. First one is, what is essential is a need. The second one is, anything non-vital is a want. For example, an ordinary car is a need, whereas a Tesla is a want. Remember that everything around you excites, stimulates your mind, stresses you so much. It pressurizes you every day and makes you go crazy to own it. A better house than what you have right now, better car. Everything is want, want, want. Most of the time, people say, I need this job because it pays my bill. I'm sure all of you have heard this n number of times. But life is not about paying your bills. It's much, much beyond that. Life is about experimenting. You need to experiment so much. It is about experiencing. When you experiment, you experience. It is never about the assets you own, how many cars, how many houses. End of the day, when you get old, you will not be able to appreciate all that. But it's a learning and how you have achieved your dreams and goals. That's what gives you satisfaction and purpose to life. So life gives all of us abundance. It is up to you to take advantage and thrive. So why are people not able to achieve their dreams? The problems professionals are facing are in multiple levels, but I'm going to show you 8 of them. This is from my life, meeting thousands of people across the world I've come across. Doesn't matter which country you are in, whether you are in America or India or you are in Dubai, it doesn't matter. What I'm going to show you are nothing to do with your technical skills. It's much beyond that. You will be surprised to hear that every one of these problems can be fixed by you without any external help. Remember that, without any external help. So the first one is distraction. Almost everyone is distracted, with an average employee experiencing as many as 56 disruption per day. Can you believe that? The second one is people are driven by progress. All of us are driven by progress, but procrastination kills their progress. You need to go get it done. Take risk. Life is all about risk taking. Multitasking is a lie because no one has ever achieved anything significant by doing many things. And it's impossible to do many things at the same time. You may think it's possible, but it's not. I highly recommend you to read one of the well-researched book in this space called Deep Work by a greatest author, Cal Newport. He took 5 years in writing this book, and he talks about exactly how you should do deep work. I highly recommend you to read that. If you don't understand how your body functions, you will be a slave to the healthcare system, isn't it? We are always worried when something happens to us because without health, what is life? Without taking care of this body, there is no point. People are stressed for many reasons, but one of the main reasons is competition. You are taught, all of us are taught to compete, but not to love what we do. So stop competing is the most important thing. Whereas anxiety is created when you think of the future. Anxiety doesn't come from the past because sadness comes. So the future brings worry, and it is always about what should you do and when should you be doing that. Remove should from your life. Rather make it a way of life. You will enjoy life and you will not be stressed at all. Focusing on intensely on one thing at a time adds tremendous value in the long run. So attention span is very important. I always tell people, stop hearing, start listening. Because hearing, it comes from here, it goes away. It may not even come for many people inside. It doesn't even go. Listening is an intense exercise. The next one is patience. I call it as 7 seconds each. People want everything instantly. All of us want everything instantly. Without cultivating patience, we can never get to achieve our dreams. The most important thing is decision fatigue. Clarity is everything in life. When you have clarity, you learn to understand things holistically, not just in narrow, and it helps you to make the right decision faster and easier. Last one in this is time management. Time is our only asset. Never give your time to anyone or anything that is not going to add value in your life. Remember that. Never give your time to anyone or anything if it is not going to add value in your life. This is a fantastic career graph. How can you make sure that you grow in your career? Blue color line, what you see, which goes up and comes down, is your learning. And it starts with 0.5 years. When we are starting our career, we are voracious learner. Then it starts going down, decreasing, and it hits almost below what you started learning. Then you start moving further and you stop. There is a plateau. You just stop it there. The green color is for high performers. They're always going up more and more and more. They are learning. Whereas the red line shows the way industry is growing. Industry is always growing faster because whether we are part of it or not, somebody is growing it, right? We are all part of the industry, but whether we are innovating or not, somebody is innovating. Please understand that. Your pace of learning must match with the industry pace of change. Otherwise, you will be left out. You'll be obsolete. Make learning a way of life, not a habit. Because all habits, scientifically proven, are formed unconsciously. It's a very important data I'm going to show you from Udemy. 54% of workers are not performing as well as they should be. 54%, 54. 50% find they are significantly less productive. 50. Almost half of the population, professional population, feel that they are less productive. 20% can't advance their careers. Making yourself indispensable. Is that possible? Of course, it's possible. So many people do that on a daily basis. The first thing is you must learn to say no when you want to say yes. All of us are empathetic and we want to help others. Fine, that's fantastic. But first, help yourself. Then automatically you will have the time to help others. Focus on yourself. I would strongly recommend to all of you, don't take meaning from dictionary. Rather, doubt everything till it becomes a question. Question everything till it becomes science. Because science is universal. What is good for you is what is good for me. What is truth for you is what the truth for me. It cannot be different. Upgrade yourself every day by throwing your existing knowledge. As I said earlier, throw your existing knowledge. What does it mean? Let's say that you know how to do Java programming and learn the next one. You will keep on doing Java programming because that's what is paying you. But you need to learn the next big thing, React Native. That's the next big thing in mobile app. If you're in civil engineering, what is the best thing happening in the world? If you're in customer service, how do we make sure that customer can come together? It's very important for you to understand that people must recognize the value addition you are doing constantly. It doesn't mean that they have to appreciate you. As long as they see you, you become indispensable, because it's very hard to hire a person who is not just smart, who can find the problem. We are going to talk about that. What is about finding a problem? Focus on eating wholesome food and have a disease and illness-free body. I lost my daughter of 16 and a half years for cancer. And that's when 8 years ago, my life changed. And I've not visited a doctor once. I don't have a headache. If I have any problem, I don't take any medicine, whether it's allopathy, natural, nothing I take. Body is a miracle. So this is one of the things I want to stress you up. Focus on the way you eat, what you are eating. 1 hour of meditation is necessary, 1 hour of exercise. It's not just going to the gym, but enjoying, understanding what's happening inside your body. Because unless until you take care of your body, you can never be indispensable. Go deeper inside yourself and use your natural intelligence than following anyone. You may read a book, but you don't have to follow whatever they say. It may not work for you. So everything in life, you need to experience it, but you learn from the best, because we are all human beings. Whatever worked 100 years ago may not work, but you can read, nothing wrong in it. Never underestimate the power of compounding. Wealth creation is most important in this world, because when you are working, you are just earning. When you are earning a salary, it takes care of you today. It never takes care of you tomorrow. For some reason, you may not want to work, or you may not be able to work. At that time, you need to create wealth. So start focusing on investing rather than buying these stupid cars. Last one is be relevant. Stop complaining, because you are what you think. When you see the world beautiful, the world is beautiful. When you see the world sad, the world is sad. What is life without you being part of the world? Everything is projection of your mind. So stop complaining. Top 10 desired skills. Any job will give you money, but not lifestyle. World Economic Forum, in their Future of Jobs report, say 50%, 50, of all employees will need to reskill by 2025, which is hardly 3 years from now. As adoption of technology increases, today there is AI, tomorrow there will be something else. There is metaverse today, tomorrow there may be something else. But don't get worried about it, because without human beings, who are you going to sell this to? Without human beings, who's going to use it, right? So always go to your natural intelligence. The first thing is clarity. Clarity is a queen. Without clarity, one can never move forward. People are confused almost all the time. Why? Even a billionaire, they may make money, but they don't take care of their health. Most of the billionaires don't take care of their health, because if you look around, people get all kinds of cancers and Alzheimer's and this and that. The body doesn't need to be twisted and turned like that with illness and disease. You can live illness free till the last day of your life. So clarity is important, whether in your personal, professional, financial, spiritual, and societal. All 5 aspects of life, you need to have clarity. Creative thinking. Today, people are losing creative thinking in a big way. One of the biggest reason is when you are hooked on to accessing so much of knowledge, and if you dump it, you are not going to think creatively because you will have what is called cognitive inflexibility. Your brain cannot learn to think. To learn to think creative, you need to calm down. You need to have patience. You need to focus on your mind. I always tell people that sleep is necessary for the body, meditation is necessary for the mind. Risk taking. Unless you take risk, you'll never go forward. My whole life is about risk taking. I failed 7 times before I started this company, Pepper Square. I've invested in 19 companies, putting all my life saving. Many of them have failed, but one or two, when they pick it up, you make millions of dollars. You need to take risk, enough risk in your life, not just blindly dump your money in bitcoins of the world. That's for people who have got too much money, not for people who are earning and who have hard earned money. And rather, you invest in something which is much more, it adds value for sure, rather than just wiping away your balance in the bank. Technical skills are very important. Unless you have a technical skill, nobody is going to give you a job, right? So technical skills are important. Reading books. Today, people read so many books in terms of fiction, but fiction is not going to add any value. It may make you feel good, but that's at an ego level. Read a non-fiction book because non-fiction is what teaches you new skills. Fiction doesn't teach you skill. Deep work, as I said earlier, communication. Communication is not about just writing and reading and the way how you speak. It is about how you communicate. How do you articulate your ideas? How do you articulate your thought process? Your point of view is what people are waiting to hear. And you need to keep on refining that. Leadership qualities. Start learning from your young age. We are never taught leadership qualities. The first thing of leadership quality is taking people along with you so that they go forward. You're always behind them, helping them to move forward. Storytelling, one of the key to be successful in life. Without storytelling, people are not going to listen. I did not know English 29 years ago, and I studied in one of the native languages in India from a small town, very, very small town. And I studied mathematics and physics in that. So my English is very new, but I constantly worked on learning what is storytelling and each one of them. And my life is beautiful. Its joy is what I see. The last one is finding problem. What is finding problem? Anybody in the world can solve a problem. You go to a small kid who's of 7 years old and tell them, how do I switch on the mobile phone? I'm not able to use it. He or she goes to the YouTube or social media, find the hack, and boom, they are done. So any generalist can solve a problem. Only a specialist can find a problem, curate the information, put it in a frame, and create what I call it as a winning formula. Focus on finding a problem. This is the last slide, and this is about how to overcome. What I've done is I've taken the Gartner's famous quadrant and I have plotted various things based on my life experience and what I see today. It's never about what I saw yesterday, it's about what I see today because it's changing. When you see this few months from now, it may change. So there are 4 sections. At the leftmost corner, bottom is niche players, and the right side is visionary. Top left is challengers, and the last is on the right hand side is leaders. So niche players, they work long hours, they compete always, they are multitasking, they are brilliant in analytical thinking, but they are focused only on technical skills. They have the fear of failure. What happens if I fail? What happens if you fail? You'll restart. You're not dead. The most important thing we all must learn from Steve Jobs. When they asked him, how do you create such innovative work? How come you focus? He said, I always put death in front of me because once I'm gone, what can I achieve? That's what I would strongly suggest all of you to do that. That way you will come out of fear of failure. The next is risk taking, being productive, perseverance, consistency. That's the most important thing. You can do new things every day, but being consistent doing the same thing is harder. Cognitive flexibility, which I spoke about. What do visionaries do? They have a growth mindset. They start with that. They take bold actions. They're not scared. They're innovative in everything what they do. They try. They may fail, but it's okay. They have a purpose in life, professionally, personally. They're organized. They don't waste time. They know what is the value of time. Most important is critical thinking. They can take decisions faster and make their life easier. Last one is, what do leaders do? They do deep work. That's what Cal Newport says. Success habits. Habits are formed unconsciously, but you need to understand, listen to yourself, what all things you are doing, and keep correcting it. Focus on one thing. There is a great book called The One Thing. Please buy that. It's a fantastic book. You should never focus on too many things. It's impossible for us to focus on too many things at one shot. Continuous learning. Till we die, we have to learn. And that's the beauty of life. Once you make it a way of life, not a habit, life becomes beautiful. The last one is decision making. You need to take right decision at the right time, along with prioritizing your life. So where do I see most people? They are as a niche player. That's where they are. This includes entrepreneurs and companies. Most of the companies are right here. Most individuals are here. Where should you be going? You need to go to the future state. So with that, I want to open the Q&A. Thank you for listening to me. And we will send you the recorded video later to all the people who have attended. People who have not attended, it will be added next week in our website, peppersquare.com/experience zone. They will send you a link right now. Share this with your loved ones, with your friends. Let everybody get help. And I will open the Q&A. You can ask your questions. I'll try to share my insights to each one of them. It is not that it's going to end exactly at 30 minutes. So we may take all the questions and we can move on. Don't worry about that. And my important message before I take up your question is focus on food, what you eat, health, what your body is, what is wellness. You need to understand from a body and the mind. Mind is part of the body, but physical and the mental. And the last one is learn to be joyful and live a joyful life. Thank you so much. I will take up your questions. I hope you all can see me. Choice of music. Thank you so much. Deep Work by Cal Newport. Yes. The One Thing is by Gary and Jay Papasan. It's a brilliant book. You all should see it. And thank you so much. Kumar is saying, great presentation. Loved your perspective. Thank you so much. How do you live a joyful life? It's a most important question. We are never taught to live joyful starting from our parents. You need to sadly go figure it out. Why? Because we are always taught to compete. We are always told, look at that guy, look at this person, look at that company, how they are doing. Nobody accepts your individuality. So the day you remove your personality, which is personality is created by the society, by people around you, and they give you a tag, which is your name, but that's not who you are. In India, in ancient India and China, we say you are not who you are because we are all a human being. We are not human walking. We are not human talking. We are all human being. What does it mean? Being has so much inside. It's a mystery inside. And when you learn that all these things which are created right now is by what you see. And when you stay away from there and go deeper and deeper inside yourself, and that's where you become joyful. Because everything in this world is joyful. You may think that, oh, I fell down, I met with an accident. Yeah, that's an experiment. That's an experience. You cannot avoid it. If you tried avoiding, you don't take risk, right? So life is all about challenges. I always tell this to people that life is not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be lived. The next one is amazing session. Thank you. Great insights. Without competition, how do we know we are succeeding or thriving? Beautiful. So competition is necessary for us to benchmark ourselves where everybody is going. But if you look at all around the world, Apple creates something different, Google creates something different, Microsoft creates, or any of you compared to your friends, you are different from your sister and brother and your mother and father. So if you start competing with your sister and mother, you are going to be stressed out. So competition always creates stress in you. It creates anxiety. So how do we know we are succeeding? Because what is success? Success is not about earning money. Success is never about upgrading your skill. Success is about living this life in totality. It's not only about sitting and working and you make money. After the age of 50, you start traveling the world. You start traveling the world. You go to a nearby place. You don't need to go to Italy. And experience every moment because the time doesn't come back. Everybody's saying thank you. Then there is one more question. Manoj is asking, how would we prepare ourselves for the speculation recession in the States, in the United States? Speculated recession. It is not about speculated recession. As human beings, as I said, we all have abundance. When we are keep on getting things, we are very happy. When we start losing, we are unhappy. Why is that? Because that's where want comes in. That's where I started of need and want. If you stick to the need, then you don't have to worry about recession at all. If you look at in America today, the latest report which came in yesterday in LinkedIn, you can go see it. 56% of Americans who are earning $100,000 are living paycheck to paycheck. Can you believe that? $100,000 in any other country, may not be in England, is very, very high. And you can live, even in America, you can live a fantastic life with that. Dav is saying, thank you, Mookie. This is absolutely wonderful again. I love the part on following your natural intelligence. Absolutely. You have no other option. None of us have any other option. I think that was extremely important. Yes, it is. I learned it in a hard way, Dav. How would you say people can tap in more into their natural intelligence and trust it more? Fantastic question, Dav. We have lost trust deficit. We have lost completely trust deficit. We don't trust anybody. We don't understand our natural intelligence. What does it mean? Natural intelligence is given by nature. No God can help. God is nature. And that natural intelligence is inside us. For example, if you come to India, I'll give a very funny story, which I've been seeing it for the last 30 years now. You will see a busy street. It's chaotic, busy street. And you will see people crossing the road. But you will see dogs, they don't just cross the road like human beings, because human beings are impatient. Animals are not impatient. They wait and then chase, right? You have seen how lion hunts. So what they do, it you can see it even today. Go check it out in Google. They stop, they look at both sides, what they teach us in kindergarten. They see both sides and then they start moving. So that's the natural intelligence. They didn't go to any school for that. Same way, when you fall in love, it's not something you have learned from MIT or Stanford. You just fall in love. Why? Because you can feel the energy between two of you. So I always say to people that falling in love is becoming one, not being two different beings. It's coming together as one. That's where most problem people are facing today in the world, where we hold our cell phones more than we hug our loved ones. How do we keep our energy levels, kind of energy you are showing now, all the times at the same level every day? I have to tell you, I'm in India and it's 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. And if you wake me up, this is the way I am throughout the day. It's possible. How? It starts from what you eat. I eat only raw food, which is raw vegetables, and only the what is eat you can eat as is, not potatoes and stuff like that. Once in a while, I eat cooked stuff. 90% of the time, I eat raw food. Most of the time, I live on fruits and veggies, raw fruits and veggies. I don't add any extra toppings and stuff. They're all products. Anything you buy on grocery store today, canned and packaged, they're all products. So you are essentially eating product that will not give you enzymes, which are very essential for our body to thrive. So nutrients and enzymes comes only from fruits and veggies. Most people think that protein, how do we get protein? It's a myth in America. That's why I'm saying that listen to your body. That's one of the reasons I got COVID twice. I've not taken vaccination. And I fixed my body automatically, because the body has the ability to react and it will fix. It's a miracle. We don't understand anything about this. So start from great wholesome food, and then do meditation, do exercise, do a lot of physical activity. It's not going to the gym is not the thing. I don't recommend that. I would recommend highly martial arts, or the highest I recommend is yoga, then martial arts. Gym is at the lowest of the lowest, because it doesn't work at organ level. Yoga is the only one which works at organ level. I'm 51 years old. I do yoga every day. I don't do all these twists and turns which people do. I don't go to a yoga center and do hot yoga and this and that. Those are all fancy stuff. I do simple stuff at home. When I do, I don't listen to music. That's the way I live my life. But thank you so much, Kumar. How to overcome the fear of failure? When you get up in the morning, you don't feel like getting up. And if you allow your mind to sleep, you will not go to work. So now what happens is the mind is the one which controls, not your heart, which is consciousness. So if you learn to separate your mind and keep it where it belongs, then the fear will go away, because fear is at a mind plane, because fear is based on what you have acquired. For example, you take a small baby, which is this baby which is born, a toddler, put her on the center of the road, she's not going to be scared. But if I ask you to go sit in the center of the road, you're going to be scared, because you have acquired knowledge. You are working with acquired knowledge. That's why. Srinidhi is asking, with the long working hours, how do we plan effectively? Self improvement, upskilling, all sometimes become overwhelming. This is one of the reasons why we feel stagnated. Absolutely. I don't deny anything what you have said. For example, stop watching Netflix. It's not required at all. It's not adding any value. You may think, you may give me excuses saying that I watch great documentary. It doesn't add any value in your life. You need to read, because only when you read, it goes to the back lobe, not in the front lobe. Whatever you watch visual, it's all in the front lobe and you forget it. That's why you need to read it and you need to write it down. Anything which cannot be written cannot be executed. At the same time, Srinidhi, for you, is that we all get stagnated. I've already given you various ways to stop doing things which doesn't add value in your life. Don't be on social media. It's a waste of time. Just get to the point. For example, you're looking at researching something very important to your company. Go there, look at 10 different places, pick up the ones which everybody's talking in common, and pick up the ones where other people are not talking, but you see that it'll add a value. Then take that in. So that way, you know how to reduce the time you spend on researching things. So there are multiple ways to do that. Kumar is saying that, LOL, you look like 25 years old. Thank you so much. And I've learned to accept my age, but I can tell you one thing, that most of the 25 years old I see, they don't even have 25% of energy what I have physically and mentally. So it's very important for all of you to learn that. I'll take maybe one more question if you guys have. Otherwise, I'll stop it. And I really appreciate you guys uh, being part of this. And thank you so much. Share it with your friends. Keep on looking at, there are many more videos we have. Go to peppersquare.com. It helps you immensely. Follow our LinkedIn page, follow our Instagram page. You learn so much. Even though I said that social media, I follow social media only what is required. If you go to my Instagram at Mukhi Raghunathan, you will see I talk about food, body, and life, because that's what I want to share with people, which nobody taught me and nobody teaches. So there I follow only 31 people. So if you go to my LinkedIn, I don't follow most of the people. So segregate your life, focus on only what is required. We push in so much of great content in our LinkedIn and Instagram. It'll change your life. Thank you so much. I hope there are no more questions. There are one more question. Mukhi, you are such a light to the people. A lot of people need to hear what you have covered today. Thank you so much. We need more people from my dear America. America is my second home. And you all should tell your friends to join so that they can learn. And the learning is the only way. Mind will always say you are great. Don't listen to the mind. Learn to keep it aside. There is so much you can do in this world. And thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate. You have a wonderful day. Never give up in life.